In a place where the world feels paused, where the ground stretches wide and empty beneath a pale, silent sky, there sits a forgotten shape. No trees lean over it. No grass pushes through the cracks. No birds circle above. Just open land, clean and bare, as if time itself decided to step away. In the middle of this deserted expanse rests a car that once lived fast, loud, and proud. Now it stands still, motionless, silent. Is his Lightning McQueen, or at least what remains of him? Once he was speed, once he was color and confidence and fire. Now rust stains crawl across his body like scars left by years of neglect. Dust coats every curve, thick enough to dull what was once a brilliant shine. The tires are flat, collapsed beneath their own weight, as if even the ground has grown tired of holding him up. The windows are cracked, clouded by time, hiding an interior that has not felt a human touch in years. This is not just a broken car. This is a fallen racer, abandoned in a place where nothing grows and nothing moves. The wind drifts across the open land, brushing against metal that no longer responds. It carries fine dust into every gap and seam, filling the spaces where life once lived. The silence here is heavy. It presses down on the car like a memory too painful to forget. Lightning McQueen has been left behind, stripped of purpose, reduced to scrap in the eyes of a world that moved on without him. But even in this emptiness, stories do not disappear. They wait. The first moment of rediscovery is quiet. No dramatic entrance, no sudden music, just footsteps approaching. Across dry ground. The camera moves slowly, respectfully, as if not to disturb the years of stillness. The car does not react, of course. It cannot. But the presence of someone new changes the air. For the first time in a long while, Lightning McQueen's being seen again. Hands brush away dust from the hood, revealing faint traces of red beneath the grime. Rust flakes fall like dead skin, exposing metal that has endured more than it should have. The emblem, once a symbol of speed and pride, is barely visible now, but it is still there. Beneath the decay, the shape remains unmistakable. This is not just any abandoned vehicle. This is a racer with a past. The decision is made without words. This car does not belong here, slowly dissolving into nothing. He deserves another chance. The process of moving him begins carefully. The tires, long deflated, resist every inch. Metal groans as weight shifts for the first time in years. Dust rises into the air, briefly catching the light before settling again. The car is lifted, secured, and transported away from the empty land that held him in silence for so long. As he leaves that place behind, something feels different. The abandonment is ending. Arrival at the restoration space is not dramatic, but it is meaningful. Clean, open and bright, with nothing unnecessary around, no clutter, no distractions. Just space to work and space to breathe. Lightning McQueen is placed gently on solid ground, surrounded by tools and light instead of dust and neglect. The contrast is striking. For the first time in years, he is not alone. The cleaning begins slowly, almost ceremonially. Water hits the surface, and dirt runs off in dark streams, revealing layers of history beneath. Each pass of the hose strips away years of abandonment. Rust becomes more visible now, its spread undeniable. Paint peels away in places, exposing raw metal that has endured too much weather and too much time. But with every rinse, the car looks less forgotten. Hands scrub carefully, foam clinging to every contour. The sound is soft, rhythmic, almost meditative. ASMR moments fill the air, water sliding over metal, brushes moving across panels, dirt surrendering inch by inch. The cracked windows are cleaned gently, revealing the interior behind them. Torn seats, dust-filled vents, a steering wheel worn smooth by hands that once believed in speed and victory. This is not just cleaning, this is awakening. As the exterior clears, the true extent of the damage is revealed. Rust has eaten deep into the body. Panels are warped, edges jagged, surfaces uneven. Time has not been kind, but the foundation is still there. The structure remains strong enough to save. That is all that matters. Disassembly begins with patience. Bolts that have not moved in years resist at first, then slowly give way. Each removed panel exposes another layer of decay and another opportunity for renewal. The car is stripped down piece by piece until only the core remains. It looks vulnerable now, skeletal, but honest. There is no hiding damage anymore. Everything is laid bare. The body repair process is intense and meticulous. Rusted sections are cut away, the sound of grinding filling the space with sharp echoes. Sparks fly briefly, then fade, leaving behind clean edges and new possibilities. Fresh metal is shaped, fitted, and welded into place, restoring strength where it was lost. Each repair is precise, deliberate, respectful of the car's original form. Dents are smoothed out slowly. Hammer taps echo softly, guided by experienced hands that understand metal as both material and memory. Every corrected line brings Lightning McQueen closer to the shape he once wore with pride. The scars remain visible during this stage, but they are no longer signs of defeat. They are reminders of survival. Once the body is whole again, preparation for paint begins. Sanding transforms rough surfaces into smooth potential. The sound is steady, calming, relentless. Layers of old paint vanish, replaced by clean, even metal ready for rebirth. Dust fills the air briefly, then settles, leaving behind a surface that waits patiently for color. The moment paint touches the body is transformative. The first coat is subtle, almost shy, but it changes everything. Red returns, not all at once, but gradually, layer by layer. With each pass, the car remembers who he was. The color deepens, gains richness, gains life. It is no longer the dull red of rust and neglect, but a vibrant, confident red that reflects light and intention. Polishing follows, slow and careful. The surface begins to shine, reflecting the clean open space around it. Where there was once dullness, now there is clarity. Where there was decay, now there is pride. The transformation is impossible to ignore. Lightning McQueen is coming back. Attention turns inward. The interior, long ignored, receives the same care and respect. Seats are removed, cleaned, repaired, and restored. Torn fabric is replaced, foam rebuilt, surfaces refreshed. Dust is vacuumed from places it has settled for years. The dashboard regains its form. Controls are cleaned, details sharpened. The cabin begins to feel alive again. The cracked windows are replaced, restoring clear vision. Light flows freely into the interior now, illuminating a space that once felt forgotten. The steering wheel is restored, its grip firm again, ready to guide movement instead of collecting dust. Every detail matters. Every detail is treated as part of the story. Then comes the heart. The engine. Silent for years, locked in stillness. It is opened carefully, revealing parts coated in oil residue and time. Each component is inspected, cleaned, repaired, or replaced. Pistons are freed. Valves are restored, gaskets renewed, fluids flushed. The process is slow and deliberate, honoring the complexity of what gives a car its soul. When the engine is reassembled, it looks ready. Not new, but strong, tested, capable. Wiring is restored, connections secured. The systems that once worked together in perfect rhythm are brought back into alignment. This is not just mechanical work. Revival. The moment of first ignition is tense and quiet. Everything stops, hands pause. The key turns. At first there is nothing, then a sound, a cough, a vibration, and suddenly the engine roars to life. Not loudly, not aggressively, but confidently. Smoothly, the sound fills the space, breaking the silence that once defined abandonment. Lightning McQueen breathes again. Final assembly brings everything together. Restored panels return to their places, polished wheels replace flat, broken tires, glass reflects light cleanly. The car stands whole once more, transformed from forgotten metal into a living machine. The empty space around him now feels different. T feels earned. The final reveal is unhurried. The camera moves slowly, capturing every curve, every reflection, every detail that tells a story of what was lost and what was reclaimed. Lightning McQueen stands proud, red paint glowing, engine humming softly beneath the surface. There is no rush. This moment deserves to breathe. From abandoned racer to restored legend, the journey is complete, not erased but honored. The rust, the dust, the years of silence all led here. To this moment where a forgotten car stands alive again, ready to move, ready to be remembered. In the quiet of the open space, with no trees, no plants, no distractions, Lightning McQueen shines. Not because he is perfect, but because he endured. Because someone saw value, others saw scrap. Because restoration is not just about machines. It is about belief. And as the engine settles into a steady rhythm, one truth becomes clear. This car was never truly gone. He was only waiting.